Hello to my fellow Jamaicans and to the rest of the world. Howdy do. My name is Michelle and I am from the beautiful island Jamaica. To narrow it down, I am from a parish called St. Thomas. St. Thomas is neighbor of Kingston, Portland, and St. Mary. But I left St. Thomas a long time ago, years ago. I left St. Thomas and I went to Montego Bay. So Montego Bay is home for me. I stayed in Montego Bay for many years before I migrated to the United States in 2014, and that's about 11 years ago. To me, that's a pretty long time. I feel as if I've been away from home for so long, forever. And I just want to go home. My heart is in Jamaica. My body is here, but my mind is in Jamaica. That's where I want to be. My neighbors drink out of Jamaica, and Jamaica Mwande. However, I felt as if I betrayed Jamaica. I felt like a fake Jamaican, to be honest with you. But it's really not so, and I'll explain myself. This is my journey. It is the start of my journey back to Jamaica. Yes, after 11 years, I will be going back to Jamaica to live, and I cannot wait. I just can't wait. Anyways, as I said, I did not betray my country. Things were really difficult for me in Jamaica. I am a single mother, and at the time, yes, I was a single mother at that time with taking care of 2 children, and it was hard. It was tough. There were many nights I went to my bed and I never believed that I would even wake up. I don't think I would even wake up, but I'm here, praise God. So I got an opportunity to come to the United States, which I did. And to be honest with you, the opportunities that I have here, I didn't get them back home in Jamaica. Jamaica is really trying. I believe we're considered a third world country. So Jamaica is really trying. The Prime Minister, they're trying. People are still not satisfied, and you know what? I'll get into that a little bit later. But I got the opportunity to come to the United States, and of course, like many other Jamaicans, I landed in New York. So many Jamaicans, we came to New York or Florida, but I went to New York and I started my life there. Though difficult, I knew that I wanted something out of life. There are opportunities in the United States. There are so many young people leaving Jamaica right now to make a life in the United States because life is difficult in Jamaica. It's just what it is. Sometimes we try to pretty it up, but it's just what it is. I remember when I was about 18 years old, about 17 years old, and I wanted to get into Hard Trust MTA. Because of financial difficulties, I did not get to finish high school. So I tried to get into Hard Trust MTA, and when I took the entry test, I did not pass the entry test, and they did not accept me 2 times. They did not meet me at the level where I was and help me to rise. So I was turned away. And what was I turned away? I didn't know what to do, to be honest with you. I was 17. I was basically on my own. I left St. Thomas, went to Montego Bay to stay with my grandfather, and I was trying to make life because St. Thomas did not have anything for me. It was a little bit underdeveloped. And that was many years ago. I think 1996, yes. So I left. And in fact, I left St. Thomas. Someone asked me to babysit for them, and I went to St. Mary, did a little bit of babysitting. When that was over, then I didn't want to go back to St. Thomas, and I asked my dad, I said, do you know anyone in Montego Bay? And he said yes. His father was living in Montego Bay at the time. Well, he's still living there, but at the time I was about 18 at that time, and he said, yeah, Montego Bay, and I went and I stayed with my grandfather, and guess what? My grandfather was married to Sean Kingston's grandmother. Hello. So I stayed there for a while, and then I started to branch out, and that was the time when I tried to get into Heart Trust NTA, but boy, they turned me away. And I hope that system has changed, because not everybody is financially stable, and you have to meet people where they're at, you know. So I do hope that things have changed. I came to the United States and I had to go to school all over again. Can you believe it? I started high school. I went to high school when I was 34 years old. 34. But I got the opportunity to do it, and I did it. It was rough when I first came. I did a little bit of babysitting here and there. I did elder care here and there. I even cleaned dog doodle here and there. So a lot of people say that they not clean no dog doodle and stuff like that. I cleaned dog doodle because I had 2 children back in Jamaica to take care of. So I did it. There is no shame in it. I didn't use my hand just like that. It was covered with gloves. And so I used to babysit, and then I had to take care of the dog. So I had to take the dog outside to pee and poop and stuff like that. So I had to clean it up. And there's absolutely no shame in that. So even if you have your personal dog in America and you take the dog out to use the toilet, you still have to clean it up. If you leave it there, I mean, you can be charged. You can be charged. But really, even if they weren't going to charge you, come on now. Why would you leave? Can you imagine everybody taking out their dog to poop in the city of New York and no one cleaning it up? The New York could have full of dog doodle. So, yes, man, a lot of Jamaicans say, me not clean no dog doodle. I not only clean dog doodle. I was a certified nurse aide. Well, I leave that for a little bit. But I was a home health aide, and most Jamaicans, you know, you can relate. Most Jamaicans, they came here and they went through a lot. They went through, right now my ankle is still swollen. Since 2015, I was going to work to take care of an old man, and I slipped and fell on a black ice, fell on my back, twist my ankle. Up until now, my ankle still swell up. So a lot of people know, you come here and you're working at the ice, and you know, it's tough, but you still have to do it. I had 2 children back home to take care of. I had to do it. There was absolutely no excuse. And the fact that when I came here, people started to ask me for money. Even friends that I had in Jamaica who knew that I was going through a really difficult time, they started to ask me for money the moment I landed in Jamaica. The moment I landed in America, yes, and it was tough, I am telling you. I was even thrown out of a house because the person wanted to have sex with me, and I said, listen, I can do, the person who I was staying with in New York, I said, look, I can do anything for you. I can clean, wash, cook, but I will not have sex with you. And I was thrown out. But there is a God, and you know what? At the same time, when the person threw me out of the house, guys, I kind of mix it up, like a little bit of English and patois at the same time. You know it go, you know. So yeah, the person threw me out of the house, but at the same time, a friend of mine had a job lined up for me, and I got to take care of an old man, and I got a good amount of money, and that's how I branched out. Got a little room for myself, and at that time, trust me, any little money I find myself with, I still a help for $50, you know what I'm saying? $60, whatever it is, I still a help somebody in Jamaica. You understand? But I mean, it's like helping people in Jamaica, it's never enough either. Just, you know, so I have learned from that. It's just never enough. It's like, hey, can you help me with a light bill? Can you help me with some food? Until, hey, you know, so I see one nice shoes, one nice stylish shoes, and boom, I want nice stylish shoes that drop on my WhatsApp. You can buy that for me? So it got out of control and I had to stop. And well, at that time, I couldn't even pay the rent in Jamaica, which part me used to live. So I had to have a friend move my stuff for me. I had to send money. They moved my stuff for me until I finally gave my stuff to my brother. So yeah, that was the starting point for me. Anyways, I don't want to stretch this all out, but I'm just saying this for a lot of people who believe that people are in America and, you know, money is on a tree, or we just have it and sometimes we have it and we don't want to share it. But that's not true. I did what I could. You know, anyways, so I left New York after a while and I went to North Carolina. And I went to a school and I become a certified nurse aide. And then I was doing that for a while, and man, I was tired of cleaning butts. I was cleaning butts. That's majority of nurse aides, that's what they do. Yes, we do vital signs and stuff like that, but you're gonna clean somebody's butt. And I got tired of it. And then I started to do a little bit of Uber, and even Uber used to pay more than being a certified nurse aide. And then I was like, you know what? I didn't leave Jamaica to come here and just do this, like settle with mediocre when I could do something else, because the opportunities, there are many. If you come to America and you're not lazy, trust me, you're gonna make it. You can make it. A lot of people come here and they get complacent. They come and they stay with family and they got complacent. But life was rough for me. There was no complacency for me. So yes, man, I realized, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna stop here. And if I just keep doing these little jobs here and there, I won't be able to even send for my children in Jamaica. So guess what? I eventually joined the US Navy at the age of 39 years old. What am I saying? I joined the US Navy at the age of 39 years old. And you see, that's what I said. You get opportunities here that you're not going to get in Jamaica. You have age discrimination in Jamaica. At a certain age, you can't join the police force anymore. You can't join the army anymore. It's not like that here. At my age right now, I'm in my early 40s and I can still join the police force. Yes. Right? And at the age of 39, I joined the US Army, the US Navy, and I'm telling you guys, like, trust me, that was the best decision I'd ever made since I came to the United States. I was able to achieve, like, everything that somebody could ask for right now. Well, maybe not everything, but just to make a person comfortable, I have it. I have my own house. I've changed several cars. I'm not bragging, I'm not boast, but I'm just telling you, I'm there Jamaica, I suffer. I say I did that suffer. Got my bed, I never believed someone would even wake up the next day. It was that bad. At one point in time, my son could not go to school for a whole month, and it was time for him to do his what is it called, GSAT, a long time. It was time from primary school to high school. For 1 month, him couldn't go to school. I never have the money for send him go to school. At one point, and I'm writing a book about that right now. At one point, when things were so low in 2011, my means said it bad. I never have nowhere to go. I asked my church elder, and I kind of feel shame to say that, to talk about it, but it's what it is. I asked my church elder to help me to get a little place to stay, because I couldn't pay my bills them anymore, right? And him couldn't help me. He said he couldn't help me. He not even did point me to any resources. He just never helped me. And some people I know from when we just come on Montego Bay, and them tell me say one house stay in front of them, and guys, me go show them the house. Yeah, me go put a picture somewhere, show them the house. I mean, say you could have stayed from outside and look for me inside. That was the worst year of my life. 2011, it bad. Them the time that my son couldn't go to school, and you could have stayed outside at the house and look for me inside. Right, when rain fall, water coming in for me, you have to set too much in pan, pots, buckets, all kind of stuff to catch the water. At night time, that time my last child, my little baby girl, she was just a baby. The board them on the roof used to fall down, drop down at night time. You have to hold her, so grab her up, shift from board. It is terrible. But I remember what you call them, lot something. They're up in the ceiling and they're rotten. They used to drop down. No light, not at the house, no water, not at the house. I went down to that rat the size of cats used to run in the roof. It was that bad, guys. It is bad. It is bad. And sometimes you have people around, you have family members, and there was no one really to help me. Yes, I have an aunt, and to be honest with you, I remember she gave me a little something back then. My nice aunt. But yeah, it was bad. And at the end of the day, I was going to church. I started going to a new church, and things got better. They were family. And it was in that period of time I got the opportunity to come to the United States. And here I am, 11 years. Can't believe it. 11 years already. Can't believe it. Anyways, so I went back for my children in 2017, and then after 2017 I joined the US Navy in 2018. And normally when you're in the military, it's really difficult for you to leave the country because they're trying to keep you safe in the country. You're not your own anymore. You really belong to the government. I have a YouTube channel about it. You can go and watch it. You'll see it. My life on the Navy ship. My life on deployment. I encourage people to join the military. It's security. It's very beneficial. I'm telling you the truth. Because of it, my daughter she just left high school and she will be going to college on Wednesday. In fact, both of us will be going to the same college. I have about a year and a few more months to complete another degree. I'm just telling you guys, when you see people leave in Jamaica, especially young people, just wish them well, right? Maybe them go back to Jamaica, maybe not, right? Depending on maybe their experience. Yes, I had a very, very bad experience in Jamaica, but my heart is always in Jamaica. My heart just always did them, just always want to go back home, right? And so, yeah, as I said, I went for my kids in 2017, and they're here and they're doing good. My son did his time in the army, in the US Army. He did so well. I'll show you a picture as well. He did his time in the army, and yeah, he's now working at the airport. For me, I did 5 years and I'm out, and it's time for me to return home. If life wasn't so tough in Jamaica, I would have still been in Jamaica. I went to Jamaica. I went on a cruise in 2022. It's easier when you're in the military. It's easier to go on a cruise than to take a plane and go to another country. You're at risk as a military member. And that's how they look at it. When you're in the military, you're in the military. As I said, you belong to the government. You're 24/7. They can call you anytime. Like anytime they can call you. So 2022, I went on a cruise and I went to Jamaica. Yes, the ship stopped in Falmouth and I took a little trip down to Montego Bay. It wasn't long enough, unfortunately. I stayed in Montego Bay for about 6 hours. I love Montego Bay, man. Life is tough, but I love Montego Bay. Yes, you find true freedom in Jamaica. I'll tell you about it. So I spent a little time in Jamaica, maybe 6 hours, and I came back. Yeah, I never saw Jamaica again until I got out of the military. I got out of the military December 2023, and I have been going to school. I earned a degree, and then I got caught up in other something. I have another channel about that. My life is constant drama, guys. It's constant. My life is like them still the young and the restless, or young and the reckless, young and the restless. My life is drama, full drama. So I have a channel about how I joined the US Navy at the age of 39, and then I have one called Second Class Citizen, because once you leave Jamaica and go anywhere else, any other country, you're a second class citizen, especially America, you're a second class citizen. You must hear about the different stories about people being kicked out of the UK, Canada, and the United States. Donald Trump is deporting people left, right, and center right now. You hear me tell us somebody can tell one little lie on you and you get deported. That's how America is running right now. It's being run right now. So I'm getting out of here, and it's not because of that. It's because my heart is in Jamaica. I love Jamaica. Love Jamaica. Anyways, so about a month ago, I was watching my online church, and I came from church, my physical church, and then I was watching my online church in Jamaica, and that's when the pastor said that they were having a convention, and I'm like, really? Let's go. So I bought my ticket immediately, and I took off to Jamaica. I went to Jamaica. It was one piece of hassle to go to Jamaica. As I tell you, my life full of drama. My son works at the airport, as I said, so I was trying to get standby ticket. People, if you're traveling international, don't use no body pass. I don't know if it worked for you, but it never worked for me. I don't know what me got through. It bad. It terrible. So the thing that was supposed to be cheap and easy became very expensive and difficult, because I was supposed to take two planes. One from my home here in Virginia, well, from Norfolk. I'm in Norfolk, and I'm living about 4 minutes away from the military base. I bought my house here because it was so difficult to get to work. Sometimes the lines were so long, but that's for another time. So I bought my house close by to the base. Anyways, I should have left my house, go to the airport, take a Delta flight from Norfolk to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Jamaica. It didn't happen like that at all. It was a nightmare. You know what? I left out on the Wednesday, and I did not get to Jamaica until the Friday. So when I went to the airport on the Wednesday, something went wrong with the aircraft, and if I had waited for them to fix the aircraft and then go to Atlanta, that flight would have already left to Jamaica. So I came back home. The next day, Thursday, I went to the airport. The first flight was full. If you all know about standby and body pass and all of that, that flight was full, so I got onto the second plane. By the time I got to Atlanta, every flight leaving out of Atlanta was full. Every flight, not only Delta Airlines, but every Southwest, United Airlines, all of them were full. So I got stuck there. I didn't know what to do. Anyways, I called my son, and he got me a flight from out of Atlanta to Orlando. And then before I left Atlanta, I bought a ticket. I bought another flight that's on JetBlue. So from JetBlue, so I would go to Orlando, and then from Orlando, I would fly to Jamaica, Montego Bay, Songsters on JetBlue. So I buy my ticket, nice no, got on my plane, flew to Orlando. In fact, before I got to Orlando, I said to the baggage guy, I said, "Are you sure my check-on from the previous flight is on this?" He said yes. Normally your baggage even reach before you. I said, "Are you sure?" He said yes. I can tell you this, by the time I reached Orlando, I looked for my bag, I couldn't find my bag. My bag was nowhere to be found. I went to baggage claim and I asked them, hey man, I only have my little bag, because they actually checked on my little carry-on. Can you believe it? They had checked that one on when I got to the door. So Anyways, leaving from Atlanta. So I got that one, but I just couldn't find the big one with everything, all of the nice things that I bring them for everybody. I said, no, sir. So I went to baggage claim and they were like, yeah, it is still in Atlanta. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then the terminal from Atlanta, from Delta Airlines to JetBlue was about 20 minutes away. Anyways, I left. They told me to file a claim. Can you believe it? So I went to JetBlue terminal, and while I was there, I have the Delta app on my phone, so I checked it, and it showed that my bag just arrived. They put it on a priority flight, and it was there, but it was almost time for my JetBlue flight to leave to Jamaica. So, oh Lord, I went back over to Delta terminal, which took me another 20 minutes. And let me tell you something, by the time I reached, in fact, before I went to the Delta terminal, I called them on the phone. I said, are you sure my bag is there? Because I saw it on the app that the bag is there. They said, yes, it's at carousel C, carousel B. I said, all right, cool. I ran. They said, me run. Go show my slippers. My slippers bust out. Run. My daughter just tell me for this time now I throw away that slippers. But I'm a little compliment, I put little glue on it and come, I love the slippers. Yeah, I could have get another one, but no, man, I just glue it up back. It's fine. I am from a very humble beginning, so guess what? I remain very humble. Very, very humble, guys. Anyways, I went back to Delta, and them tell me, say, when I look for my bag out there, I couldn't find my bag, none at all. So I went to the baggage claim and I said, you guys told me that the bag is here. And the lady, she was so mean, guys. Yeah, long story short, yeah, she said the bag wasn't there, and I didn't know what to do when the upper tell me said that the bag was there. So I saw a man, he handled bags, and I was telling him, and he looked at my little bag and saw a tag and realized that, I must have worked with them. So I said, no, it's not me, it's my son. He said, all right, give me a passport. He wanted an ID, and I gave him my passport, and he said, come to the back with me. And that's I did ask the lady, I said, miss, could you just look at the back if you see my bag? And she said, ma'am, why would I look at the back? That is our break room. There is nothing back there. When I was begging the lady, I was telling her, miss, my plane is going to leave me. My JetBlue flight is going to leave me. Please look. She said, no need to look because of them break room. And I'm telling you, when the man bring me around in the back, I'm a look. I'm a bag. My big suitcase. Not only my big suitcase, but many other suitcases. And the lady was walking slowly behind me. She said, I'm sorry. I said, only if you had looked. But you know what? I was more tired than angry. I wasn't even angry. I kept telling myself, everything is for a reason. Trust me, everything is for a reason. Sometimes it don't make no sense, but everything is for a reason. Some things you can see it, and then some of the things you might not see. But it all makes sense. Anyways, I missed my flight. My run go back over to Delta, to JetBlue, and I missed my flight. Thank goodness the JetBlue representatives, they were amazing, and they rebooked me for early the next morning, and I had to stay at a hotel. So yeah, but guys, when I got to when the plane was flying over Jamaica, guys. When the plane was flying over Jamaica, it was just coming right there by the coast of Lucy, coming down, and I was looking at Jamaica, guys. Tears came to my eyes. And I stopped. When we landed, I got outside, and man, I could have kissed the ground. I could have kissed the ground. I felt so good. I said, oh my God, I'm at home. I'm at home. Yes. And same time, it was on August the 1st, and I wanted to buy a SIM card, but it was holiday, so I couldn't buy no SIM card. Because I was supposed to meet up with my pastor and his wife, and we were supposed to drive from Montego Bay to Kingston to the convention, guys, but I couldn't buy a SIM card. So I asked the girl, I said, hey, can I get a call for your phone? And she said, yeah. I'm like, wow, cool. They can't do that in America. They go for you like a month. So yes, she gave me a phone call, and then I asked 2 other people, and them gave me a phone call. But after that, I was warned. Hey, you're lucky, and be careful about, giving your phone and stuff like that, because people using it to do sketchy things, fraud kind of stuff. Anyways, the experience was amazing. It was so good. And I drove up to Kingston. I went to the convention I drove behind my pastor and his wife, and we went to Kingston. And guys, I'm telling you, when we did that Jamaica, I was a shutter driver. They sent me a shutter driver. So I got Jamaica now, because I rented a car at the airport. And I myself, I said, yeah man, I got this. When I got to Kingston, I was in Portmore. The convention was in Portmore. And I tell you, the first night I went to the convention, and when I was leaving, I had a few people in the car, and I tell you the truth, guys, I almost collided because I started to drive on the right hand side. I turned out of the compound, and I was heading to the right side. I was staying on the right instead of crossing the street, and I made that immediate right. So I turned out of the church compound, and I made an immediate right turn instead of going across the street and going up. Guys, I nearly crashed. The taxi driver swerved out of me, and I tell you, if something was coming, he would have crashed. He would have collided in another car on the other side, because he swerved out of me. And myself, I'm a big time driver, because me used to race. Me used to go down a Jam West. Yes, me used to drive under manual. Yeah man, me used to deal with it hard. Very hard. Yeah man. So anyways, I thought I still had it, but unfortunately I didn't. And I was in Kingston. and I was supposed to go look for my family in St. Thomas, guys, and I couldn't go. Because several times I almost collided. I said, nah do it. I nah take a risk and do it. My daughter was with me. She flew down before me. That's another story. She flew down before me. She was staying with my pastor and his wife. But I said, nah take the risk. Nah do it. Because I thought I still had it, but I didn't. Anyways, I stayed in Kingston for about 2 days, and then I went back to Montego Bay. And about March of this year, that's when I had decided that I really, really wanted to go back to Jamaica. It's over for me. It's finished. It's done. I don't have to work anymore. I am retired. After the Navy, I was medically retired. I got this 6-inch cut. Well, it was an injury along this area, and then the doctor had to cut it and fix whatever that got messed up in there. So it is numb. I got it on the ship. So I am medically retired. I don't have to work another day in my life, but I'm not lazy. So I will find something to do. In fact, I do my own gardening. Can you believe it? I cut my own grass, I do my own everything, I do my own landscaping, I do everything. Yeah? And yes, I'm going to school to get that other degree. I have a degree in criminal justice, and I'm getting another one. I'm almost there, another one in organizational leadership. But sometime in March of this year, I say, you know what? I want to go to Jamaica. And then I prayed about it. It's not like me just get up and say I got Jamaica. So, I prayed about it, and then even when I got to Jamaica, I was at the convention. I said, God, sometimes our brain tell us to do something, our minds tell us to do something, and we think it's you. I said, God, give me a confirmation, and God gave me a confirmation, and for sure, I said, this is it. I am going home. So after that, after Kingston, I went back to Montego Bay and I started looking for lands and stuff. Even before I went to Jamaica, I was online looking for land. But people, why? Talk to me. Why land so expensive? And why are the prices quoted in US dollars and not Jamaican dollars? Is the targeted customers foreigners and not Jamaicans? That's a concern, really, of a fact. When I drove around in Montego Bay and I saw some places that I left there like 11 years ago and they still look underdeveloped, and I'm like, what is the Prime Minister doing? And I was really taken aback, and people were saying, yeah, Andrew Holness is doing well, we go vote for him, this, that. And I'm like, the place still look away like it hasn't been really developed. The overgrown bush and the sidewalk and the this and that, and I'm like, I don't see what Andrew Holness is doing. So guys, if Andrew Holness is doing something based on your experience, talk to me. They voted for him the other day. I've never voted in my entire life, because when my son wanted to go to school and I applied for the path, I never have it. Remember one night, I want a little piece of banana I eat and go to bed, one little piece of green banana. And at them time there, I applied for PATH and I did not get it. And for 1 month, my son never go to school. And I said, why should I even vote? Vote for what? For who? For what? For this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I never voted. Anyways, I started watching a lot of videos about Jamaica just to educate myself as to what's really happening in Jamaica. Because I tell you this, I went to Jamaica. When I was in Jamaica, I didn't understand the value of the money anymore. And that's the reason why I said I felt like a fake Jamaican. I did not understand. I didn't know the value of the money. No, I just know that I went to a place called Whitaker Village or Witter Village, something like that, in Montego Bay out by Iron Shore. And I went into a supermarket and I bought like 2 tuna sausage, 2 buckle of cereal, and one banana chips, and it came to almost $3,000. I say, oh, what a gone. So when I left Jamaica, $3,000, big money. So now I'm like, $3,000 for this? So I really didn't know the value of the money and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways, so I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Anyways, I drove around and check out the lands them and stuff like that, because I definitely need a piece of land to buy. Guys, what do you think? Where should I buy a piece of land? You know what? I shouldn't even ask that, because it's gonna be Montego Bay for me. It's definitely Montego Bay, right? But what should I really know? Do you have any input, any advice? I'm watching a lot of different videos, like people who returnees, and a lot of people are going back to Jamaica. A lot of people are embracing their roots, and I am embracing my roots. My son, he wants to return badly. Yes. So my plan is to build a multi-family home. Let me know. And I want to be like a three bedrooms at the bottom, 3 bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, dining room, office, and the same at the top. Is that feasible? Can about 94 million Jamaican dollar give me something like that? Or but still I live in the Stone Age? Let me know. But yes, guys, I am heading back to Jamaica. I can't wait. I can't wait. Give me advice, Let me know. But boy, when it was time for me to come back, I really never want to come back, but I had to. I had to, because I have to eventually, I will have to rent this house that I'm living. I'm living in a real nice house, guys. I praise God. I thank God. And people ask me, why are you trying to go back to Jamaica? Right? I want to help other people too. Excuse me. I'm getting income in such a way where I can help my fellow Jamaicans. Right? Why should I stay here? I want to return to Jamaica. I want to get involved in a ministry. And I want to help my fellow Jamaicans. I'm sure that there are children who are still finding it difficult to go to school. They still can't find a lunch money. Them still can't. Somebody is there who still can't afford grocery. You know what I'm saying? So why should I be here doing what? Just relaxing and having a good time, while some people are there having difficulties. Me know where I come from. I know how it was hard for me. So I want to return to Jamaica and give back, because I can, and that's what I want to do. But I need to know how the market really is. How much money are we looking at to buy like a 6-bedroom house? My father's a contractor, but him live all the way at St. Thomas, and him say it's gonna be difficult for him to come to Montego Bay because after him working just want to go back in Yaad, and I understand that, no force. So a 6-bedroom house, multi-family, 3-bedroom at the bottom, 3 at the top. Same thing was going at the bottom, same thing going at the top. I looked at several lands, and I'm gonna put them somewhere here. I looked at a couple pieces of lands, and boy, Jamaica, most of Jamaica hill. So I don't know, do you use dynamite? I don't know what going. Do you use dynamite to get rid of the rocks? Because majority, I want to look at it's a lot of rocks, or whatever is already whatever them already clean up. Those are expensive. I remember I went to look at a piece of land, and it's for $520,000 US. Yeah, and that's a top road in Montego Bay, kind of tourist area. I don't know who sent me, but yes. And then I went to look at another piece of land, and I'm going to show it to you right here. Well, no, I don't have the land. I just took the picture, but it was a piece of land. Pierre Bush, I want all house upon it. Them say if they must sell the house on the land, but whoever buy it must demolish the house, and that is for $320,000. Them land enough with Jamaicans, $320,000 US. This enough for Jamaicans at all, man. But really I take place. It's tough, man. It's hard. Me need to educate myself. Me need to know what's what. And I am educating myself, but whatever advice and I have, whatever, people who returned some time ago and you have been living there, share experience. Drop something down in the comment section and let me know what's going on. Let Michelle know what's going on. So it is the countdown of my return to Jamaica. It is, and I am so happy. I can't wait. I up at Devon house. I buy jerk chicken. I go, well, yeah, but yeah. I love Devon house ice cream, guys. Yes, man. Love. Most of my time there, though, I was just looking around, looking at different lands and stuff like that. And I think the best thing to do, is to go through NHT. I just start contributing to NHT. Yeah. I really don't know. I'm still doing my my research and stuff like that. But if we can get some input from you guys, let me know, please. I would greatly appreciate it. So I'm counting down. And my intent is to be in Jamaica in 2027. Yes. I will graduate, God's willing. I will graduate from a university in April of 2027. And after that, I'm supposed to be in Jamaica. They're all supposed to finish bill. I'm shipping down all my furniture. I ship down everything. everything I got Jamaica, and that's another headache too, because I was watching something about people shipping down their stuff and how difficult it is to get their belongings and stuff like that. And yes, I must come back to this. I can't just leave this part out about Andrew Holness. So I was doubting Andrew Holness, and I was saying, what really is he doing? But I was watching a video, I think it was last night, no, about 2 nights ago. I was watching a video where Andrew Holness was handing keys to people. He built houses in his constituency, and he was handing keys to people. They said they're free. Is that true? If that's true, hats off to him, for real. I'm still not vote though, but hats off to him, really, really. But yeah, guys, I am so excited. I'm so happy. I am so happy. I just want to return. Anyways, guys, I don't want to make it long. It's already very long. Oh my god, it's 45 minutes. I feel bad. I'm going to do it in a part 1 and part 2. So I guess, yeah. Alright, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share, subscribe, drop a comment, tell me everything you know. Please, may I beg you know. And welcome my sister back to Jamaica. Love you know. Mwah.